Okay, we've got a heck of a show here. We're going to show you all some. Is this called billiards or pool? I get confused.
Well, it's pool, but it's a form of billiards.
There you go. And so, Wayne, you put this all together. Tell us what business you have here in Frederick.
I run Royal Electric Service, as well as DCQs is sponsoring this or helping with it, and also the American Pool Players Association has given their support for us here.
And Ajay?
Yes.
And tell us about this complex here. This is beautiful.
Thank you so much. My name is Ajay Hill, Executive Director and founder of an organization called I Believe in Me, Inc. Our mission is to inspire and challenge youth through mental, physical, and social activities, fostering respect for themselves and the world around them. So in this building, that's where we put into work our mission, meeting young men and women directly where they are, providing guidance, assistance, support, and love.
And it is a beautiful facility. You have like a little theater. It looks like you're setting up a podcasting place, and you've got some computers and all that. So just run through the different services, the things that you do with these kids.
Well, if you listen to our mission, a lot of it says meeting them where they are. You hear physical education. Well, we're standing in a gymnasium, half court, but it's a place where they can get their physical education. Also, education is a passport to the future. So if you go up into our center, you'll see a computer lab. This is where our students will meet with our specialists and education tutors and pair together to make them better educationally. Then you go across the hallway, you see a podcast room. In that podcast room, a lot of people always ask, Mr. Ajay, can you tell me about Bakari or Nasir or Christian? Well, in that room, Bakari is going to tell you his story. We're going to create a podcast that turns into a YouTube channel where a kid somewhere right now could be sitting wanting to give up, but hearing how another student had the endurance and the perseverance to keep going. Hopefully that outlet, that podcast, will continue to keep our community going and keep our donors and funders knowing how we're spending the funds making our community better. And then finally, you talk about the theater room. In that theater room, it creates a safe place. Some of these kids don't have money to go to the movies. Some of these kids don't have money to buy the popcorn and the candy at the movies. But through that theater room, we will have Friday night movie nights where we will gather and use that safe place to meet children where they are and watch a movie, engage, embrace, and love in the children. And also in that room, there is a PlayStation and an Xbox. So as we know, young men and women love to have the access to those gaming systems.
Fantastic. And Tom, you could really be an inspiration for a lot of these kids, because what you do, I've been observing you for like a half an hour here. You're warming up, and it takes so much practice. Practice makes perfect. But can you talk about your game and how you evolved over the years and what got you to this station where you're probably the best pool player out there? Or
Well, maybe in this room right now, I'm not sure, but anyway, I started out at about the age of 10 playing pool as like a rack boy where you rack the balls up. But then I went to college, learned intercollegiate competition among most of the top players in the university market throughout the United States. And then I got involved in professional tournaments, started doing the tournaments, but I never quite made the top 20 or top 10. I kind of found a niche in the trick shot side of things. I found out that the Harlem Globetrotters made a living out of missing baskets and still getting a job out of it, and people still go watch them. So I became what was called a table trotter in about 1974. A table trotter basically misses some shots. Basically, you accompany it with a joke that may or may not be funny. Some people laugh, some don't. It's kind of dry humor. And then what you do is you see that even in the miss, there is a make and disguise, and even in life, you can have these mistakes in life or things that appear to be mistakes in life, but it's just a stepping stone very often to the next level. So I've worked with the kids for 30 years in billiards. I 29 years with one league and about 30 with another, and I love working with the kids and teaching them life lessons on the pool table, because there's three games that's involved here. The game on the table is what you see, but the game in the heart is number one. You've got to have the joy, play skillfully with a shot of joy, whatever it is in life, whether it be in your job or your work or in a sport of some sort. You also have the game of the mind, the game in the mind. The game in the mind is making good decisions in life. And you do that with the heart being transitioned correctly to begin with, having that good quality blood pumping into the brain. And then once you have the heart and the mind conditioned, or at least being aware of the goodness of what can be in life, they can convey that or convert it to the pool table. because the pool table can be a stigma of evil sometimes even, but the pool table is such a beautiful arena if it's handled in the right way. And that's what I found in my life. I'm 73 now, and I've discovered a joy that's unspeakable, so it's great.
Fantastic. Well, we're going to enjoy your show. Thank you for coming, Frederick County. We're honored to have you here, and thanks, Wayne, for making all this happen. And so let's get on to the show.
Thank you. Great. Thank you.
What a joy to be at I Believe in Me. Great facility for the community. I'll tell you, this is an amazing place. And we have an amazing table here, which has 6 pockets on it, called a pool table. There's different types of billiard equipment. There's some tables that have pockets and some don't have pockets. And there's tables in England, and they're called snooker tables, but this is a pool table. Most everybody that's going to watch this knows what pool is. And I'm going to demonstrate. My name is Dr. Q. My wife's name is Miss Q. For those of you that play some pool, Miss Q is actually not a bad thing. Miss Q is the bad thing is MISCUE. That's where you hit a ball like this, and the cue stick kind of makes it slip off. But my wife's name is Ms. Q, MSCUE. And so we traveled pretty much the world for 33 years doing this. And I'm here today to share some joy with you on the table. The main thing is to enjoy the game, whether you make balls or not. It's not important if the balls go in. That's something we sometimes over-focus on. So we're going to start with something very basic. It's a nice little demonstration of hitting balls at 3 different speeds. So if we hit balls at 3 different speeds, the first speed would be slow speed. So if you look at it this way, it'd be like this. So 5 times. So it looks like this. I'll count it out. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. Now there isn't anybody that's watching this that can't do that. You don't have to be a pool player to just put the balls in at that speed, okay? But sometimes you want to impress somebody a little bit, so you got to pick up the speed a little bit, and you hit the balls a little faster. So we're going to take these 5 balls and make them in that pocket, and we're going to make 2 balls a second. So that was 1 ball a second. This is 2 balls a second. This is what it looks like, a little faster. 1001, 1002, 1003. So it's a little bit faster. So the more you play this game, the more that you have a tendency to trust that your brain knows where everything is. You don't have to really think about it too much. You just release it. And when you release something like that, you actually believe then you could do anything in the game, which is appropriate for the facility. I believe in me. So we want to create something to where when you do trick shots, you can actually use it for therapy on the table, so that you can actually, oh wow, I made that. I actually believe I made that. So this converts over into a life lesson on the pool table as well. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do something that it's hard to believe, although you can believe it once you see it. I've got 5 balls, and I'm going to make all 5 balls in that side pocket in less than 1 second. So this is extremely fast, okay? Very, very fast, okay? Now, I guess I should ask, would anybody like to see it one more time? Because I said that was fast, see? Now, my jokes are not funny, okay? I do a lot of jokes that aren't funny. So when I say it's really fast and ask if you can see it again, that means you've already seen it 6 times. Let's just look at it together. That was awesome. Did you get it? It was beautiful. So here we go. We're going to try it. We're going to do this 5 balls in less than a second. Just like this. It's awesome. Like that, see? Very simple technique. So this is now an example, even though it's hard to believe that happened, because it is hard to believe you can shoot that fast and get something done, but there's a lot of other shots that are really, quote, unbelievable, but once you see them, then you can believe it. Just like in yourself, once you see what you can do in life, you can start believing in yourself, and you can do things that you wouldn't dream possible. So today we're going to share some principles here that when it looks unbelievable, just know that it's believable because you're seeing it. And when you see yourself doing that in life, then you can believe in you. So that's important. So here we go. Let's go to the next thing. The next thing is going to be a demonstration of some shots that are, in the game of pool, there's some basic concepts of how you control this thing called a cue ball. Now we have the red dots on here, so you can actually see the rotation on the ball. So when I spin like this, you can see it rotate. Now, I'll tell you what we should do maybe before we hit it. I want you to all just look at this. Look at this. By the way, I know you could you help me just with someone? Could you just help me say, could you take this, come up here, and could you count the number of dots on that ball? Could you count the number of dots?
Okay.
We need to make sure we get the right number of dots here, okay?
6.
6. Now, let me ask you the second question. The second question is a little bit tougher, okay? Do they all look the same? They all look the same?
They look the same.
They're a little bit different, okay? Here's the difference, okay? If you hold it here, this is on the top and that is on the bottom. Isn't that amazing?
Yep.
That's the difference, okay? Good job. You did a good job. Thanks for helping, okay? Now, so what I want you to do is I want you to pick a dot. Pick a dot on the ball, on the cue ball. Just pick any red dot, and I want you to follow the dot, okay? So follow the dot. You all got your dot picked out? Everybody got their dot picked out? Okay. Follow the dot, everybody. Watch your dot, okay? Can you follow your dot? Follow your dot. You should go on like this. You'll be following your dot. Has everybody got their dot? Yeah, you got your dot. Which dot is yours? Which dot is yours? So it's hard to follow it, right? But you know, sometimes as it slows down, you can look at it. So sometimes you have to slow down a little bit in life, and you can go too fast. Let me illustrate that. When you play this game, there are some situations where you go too fast in life. You know, you get involved in so many things in life that we get confused. We're doing too many things at the same time. It's called multitasking. So the more you multitask, if you're not, like when you here at this beautiful facility, you have a theater, you watch the movie. You don't, while you're on the movie, you usually don't go into the computer lab. When you're in the computer lab, you usually don't go and do the podcast or something. You do things individually because you can focus on that. And that's what we're doing in life. We're focusing on certain things, equipping ourselves, and then eventually that all comes together and you can then flow in your life. So here's an example of doing some things on the pool table where you start out individually and you hit a ball like this. Let's relate this to getting up in the morning. So we hear the alarm go off and we get up and the ball goes around, and this is you going around. And you're going around the room trying to figure out what you're going to do in the morning, okay? And this is you going around, and it's a very simple task. You get up and you watch, and pretty soon you realize, well, I better go, you know, besides just getting up, I should be walking a little bit. So you walk and you hit it again, and as it keeps going like that, you keep hitting it, and this is just a simple task. And eventually you say, well, I better eat breakfast. So now you want to eat breakfast after you start getting up, okay? So you eat breakfast, and now you have two balls going like this, and the balls are going like that. And now all of a sudden, you're doing two things. But eventually, you decide, I better go to work. So you start going to work, and you got three things like that. So you go like this, you're doing three things. It's pretty awesome. And all of a sudden, it's a nightmare. You see how they hit each other? So you want to make sure you focus on one item, work on it, take another item and work on it, and take another item. And try not to get too many things mixed up, because then we get discombobulated. We really can't handle too many things at one time. So it's important to do that. And then there's a couple of other things you can do. You can learn to control your steps. Now, our steps are basically directed, I believe, but there is a way of understanding how we direct a cue ball on a pool table. Here's how you direct it. Let's just assume, and there's a game called 8-ball. Are you all familiar with the game of 8-ball? It's you have an 8-ball like this, and if I have the 8-ball over here, and I have a ball sitting here, and I want this cue ball to go right over here, I have to hit this cue ball a certain way. So does anybody know where to hit the cue ball in this? Anybody want to guess? Would I hit it above center or below center? Any idea?
Where are you trying to hit it?
I'm trying to get to hit this and make the cue ball, after it hits it, go over here. It's high. We're going to hit it high, because you have to follow the ball. In other words, the ball has to follow the three like this. Watch, hit it high. Watch you see it follow? Now I have a shot on the 8-ball. So that's called following. So the question is, who are you following? Depending on who you're following, you make certain decisions that are correct and others aren't. Here's another example of taking a ball. The ball's here and you want it here. Now you don't want it to follow, you want it to stop. So watch the cue ball this time. I'm going to hit the cue ball a little bit below center like this, and the ball's going to stop, see? So now we learn just simply stop. See how it stops? So now it's important in our life. Sometimes we follow someone or something, but then sometimes you have to stop and say, let's look at this situation. When you stop here every day, you come to I Believe in Me, you stop and you look at the things that are equipping you in your life. So what we're doing is we're stopping at this point now, and we've got to take time to stop sometimes. The next thing that we do is we sometimes have such a challenge where we either get fearful or we pull away from it. It's called drawing away from something. So here's an example of what we do in pool, where we actually draw away from the one ball. Now to do that, I want you to imagine a clock. A clock would have the 12 numbers on it. And when you take the numbers and you go from 12, that's follow, by the way, above center. The center, just a little below it, is stop. And when you go way down low, it's called draw, or you draw back. So let's see if that works. You know, this cue is not the best thing to use this with. Let's do a different cue stick. Let's take a cue stick that makes the draw easier. This cue makes the draw easier, okay? Now this is a number 2 lead pencil stick, okay? This is a special cue stick. The number 2 lead pencil stick is designed. You can see this, it has the 2 like we used in school. It's a real eraser, real eraser. We need to verify that. And could you just make sure that's a real eraser? Could you see if that's a real eraser? How does it look?
Yeah.
Yeah, a real eraser, see? So we have a real eraser there. And we're going to make this cue ball come back with the draw stick. So here we go. We cue it real low. Watch the cue ball come back. See the ball come back? Now, sometimes we miss it. So do you know how to do it with the cue, how to make it? You erase it. That's all you do is erase it, see? And when you erase it, then you can still make the shot. Now, sometimes it's even harder than that. Here's an example of how to make the shot, where you use your whole stick. You see, a stick is about 58 inches long, okay? And when it's 58 inches long, most people only use this thing called a Q-tip. It's a Q-tip. But you got a whole cue to use. So what I do is I learn to use my whole cue stick. Now, you got to watch this really close, okay? And this is, I know this looks like I'm cheating, but this is simply an entertainment thing, okay? So watch me make this 9 ball this time. You got to watch it real close now. I'm going to go back and forth. Watch me make the 9. Did you see the 9 ball go in? Did you see this disappear? Does anybody know how? Yeah, he caught it. How did I do that? I used the bottom of my stick. Yeah, did you see it? I used the bottom of my stick. Let's do that again to make sure you got it. I'm going to show you, you know, when you're in life, sometimes you get a lot of deception in life. And deception can take you in the wrong direction sometimes. And that's by, you know, people that want to try to deceive you. So here's an example of about 6 or 7 things that are called deception on a pool table, but I converted it to entertainment. Because when I did that, you laughed. When I did that, and I cheated, but he laughed. So if you take something that is really not right, if you do it with the right kind of spirit, it's kind of humorous. As long as you explain to the person it's entertainment. So I'm going to explain several things that are completely illegal, and it's deceiving, but it's fun because it's part of an entertainment thing. So we're going to come down, and I want you to watch the bottom of my stick here. I'm going to come back, and as I go forward like this, I come back like this and make this ball. See that ball come back? I hit that. Now, let's do a couple more things that are also kind of fun. And then we're going to get into some really cool shots I've designed, especially for this group today. So we're going to go like this, and we're going to do a very, very unique thing. When I was growing up as a kid, there were certain what they called trick shots. One of the trick shots was this. We had a ball like this, and all you had to do is make that ball in that pocket. So you just go like that, just make the ball in the pocket like that, see? And then we had 2 balls, and we had to make 2 balls, so we went like it, went 2 balls like this, which is illegal. Now, why is that illegal? Because what I'm doing is I'm taking the tip of my stick, I'm putting it against the cue ball, and I'm pushing. You're not allowed to push a ball. You have to stroke the ball, they call it. So there's another example of where this works. You're playing a game called 8 ball. Here's an 8 ball in the game. And of course, you all know that if you make the 8 ball, you win the game, correct? Yeah, if you make the 8, you win the game. So watch this 8 ball disappear now. Watch this 8 disappear. Did you see it disappear? Now let's slow it down, and then we're going to do some really cool shots. I'm just doing some basic understanding of some life principles. I'm going to slow it down so you can see it. Is that too fast? I don't want to go too fast on this, okay? So watch this. Watch the cue stick here. Push. So when you slow something down, you can see the cheating or the entertainment. But when you speed it up, people get away with stuff. So you got to learn to slow down, see the individual components, and once you can analyze it with the proper mindset, then what happens is you can believe that it's either right or wrong. And so you got to be careful. And you know, if you see something wrong like that, you know, you can't do that in a game. You can only do that when you're presenting a show like this. All right, now let's do some really neat shots I saved for this group. This is really neat. I'm going to use this cue here. This is called the power cue. Now, the power cue is an automatic cue. You know how when you learn things in life and eventually you find like your safe haven, you've got your home here, and you come in and they teach you all kinds of really neat things, and it builds up your belief in yourself in that. So one of the things is this cue stick makes you believe you can actually shoot pool automatically. You come in and you're automatic anymore. I believe in myself, it's automatic. So this cue is automatic. It has these speed settings, and all you do is you engage the stick like this, and you point the cues, and there's a trigger on here, and all you do is you squeeze the trigger like this. So you're not moving your arm, you're just squeezing the trigger like this. This is called the power cue. Isn't that cool? Look at the smiles over here. Now, if I go like this, you can actually, what's called a bank shot. You go, that's reboot the program, and you go like that, and you bank the ball like this, see? Isn't that amazing? You can also do this. You can shoot this ball, and it'll go in that pocket. Look at this one. Right in that pocket. Watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the ball pretty much goes into that pocket. Isn't that amazing? Did you notice how it was pretty much in that pocket? I don't want to, I don't want to let it go when it's obvious. It wasn't? Huh? Oh, it wasn't? Oh, we're gonna have to let it go in. I'm sorry. We're gonna have to let it go in. Some people didn't think that was going in. Okay, so let's do it again. Come just a little bit closer to make sure that one. We'll make sure you see it now. Okay, here we go. This is for you. Everybody else, close your eyes. All right, we're gonna make sure we get it this time. And you watch it now. You watch it. It's going in. It's going in. Yeah. Watch it. Watch this. Watch this now. Look at this. See there? I told you it was going in. Did it go in? Did you see it go in? Huh? No, see? What did I call cheating earlier? What did I call it? I gave it a name. I gave cheating a name. What was the name? Huh? Entertainment. Could you explain that to this young lady, please? It's entertainment. It's entertainment. Entertainment. Never forget that, okay? When I do it, it's entertainment. Oh, I don't do that anymore. I have to get permission to use the money, so I can't do that anymore, okay? Let's do now something kind of neat. I've been saving some shots that are really unique, and let's just do a few of them that are just lovely shots, all right? Here's an example. We take 2 cue sticks like this, and when you take these cues, there's all kinds of special shots you can do with 2 cue sticks. These are what we call spring clips. If you take these clips, and you put them on the cue sticks like this, you have a very unique setup. So you have 2 cue sticks, and you have 3 balls here, like this. There's a game in pool called 9-ball. Now the game of 9-ball is very unique. To play the game of 9-ball, all you have to do is make the balls in order. So you have the 6-ball, you have the 7-ball, you have the 8-ball, and you have the 9-ball. But the cue ball is way up here on this cushion. So it's hard to believe you can make these 4 balls, isn't it? Right? It's hard to believe. But again, we're going to slow it down. We're going to take what we call these cues with the spring clips. That'll be used, but sometimes they separate like this. So we use what's called chopsticks. Now, chopsticks is Chinese or Japanese pool. You learn to control the cue ball like this. Now you walk into position. And when you walk into position, the shots are straight in like this, and you get instant draw. Remember the draw shot before? Cut shots are not a problem. You don't need a bridge over the obstruction. Shoot this way. The cue ball comes back. And you get a running start, and you bank the last ball like this, and it goes in the pocket. See? Now, when you get done with that, you basically take a 9-ball like this, and you do a thing called roller coaster cues. Now watch this 9-ball. Watch this. You see this? Look at it. Keep an eye on it now. Now, I'm not sure how to stop this, but keep an eye on it. This is called roller coaster cues, just like that. And then you come down like this. Do it one more time like this. Let it come back like that. Then get over the pocket and drop it in like that. Isn't that neat? It's a neat trick. And, of course, these two clips are when you have a shot like this, and this is leading into the kind of a tremendously attractive shot called the railroad shot. We're going to take these here, and sometimes you're not playing just in America. You're going to travel to Australia or New Zealand or somewhere. And so I'm going to show you a shot, tremendous. imagine you're playing the game of 9-ball, and when you make the 9, you win the game. So this would be an example of putting the 9-ball under the cue ball, called down under pull. You shoot it and it comes back. So the 9-ball goes out and the cue ball comes back, and the 9-ball comes out and it comes on back. And you can't make up your mind, do I want to shoot it? Do I not want to shoot it? I don't believe I can do it yet. So finally you get the courage. You say, I believe I can do it. I believe in me. So you turn like this and you bring the bag, you go like that and the ball goes in the pocket. Isn't that cool? But sometimes you're not in the standard 9-ball mode. You're in the mode, that would be an America shot. This would be if you're playing in New Zealand. Now New Zealand's different. You see, New Zealand has a little bitty pool balls. So you knew that, didn't you? Yeah. So New Zealand goes out and New Zealand comes back. And then you have Australia playing New Zealand, just like that. Then you have Australia in the upper bracket. And then you have Texas. Now Texas, you knew Texas was a big state, right? You knew that. So when you have Texas as a big state, Texas goes out like this, and Texas comes, whoops, that's a miscue. That happens sometimes. So you got to make sure you chalk up. Let me make sure, I'm running out of chalk already. Can you imagine that? So you got to make sure you use enough chalk. Okay, yeah. I got plenty of chalk now. Did you notice that? So here we go. Texas goes out and Texas comes back. Here's Australia and Texas. Australia, upper bracket. Here's Texas, upper bracket. Here's New Zealand. Plenty of room to move around. Here's Texas crushing New Zealand. Here's 3 balls at the same time. 3 balls at the same time. Watch this now. This is really difficult. 3 balls at the same time. Perfect. Okay, now the next trick, and that was a bad joke, okay? And so now I was in Argentina one time, and they don't have any snow in Buenos Aires. You've heard of Buenos Aires. No snow. So they want to see a snowman, because I'm from Indiana, and we got snow in Indiana. And you got snow here too, so I had to create a snowman. I knew that in Argentina, they had oranges, they had coconuts, and they had bananas. So I said, I'm going to create a snowman out of this fruit. I'm going to create what's called a tropical Sunday snowman. So instead of just a regular snowman, this is going to be a fruit designed snowman, okay? So we're going to take the orange and put it down under the coconut. We're going to take the banana and put it on top. And we're going to roll out the orange and the coconut, and the banana is going to go down to that end of the dish, like this. And as the banana gets right there, the orange and the coconut will come back. Then the orange and the coconut go out, and the banana now ends up creating what's called a tropical Sunday snowman. See the snowman? See the snowman? Isn't that cool? Yeah. Go ahead, look at it, everyone. That's it. Now, sometimes you do a snowman in what's called Antarctica. This is an Antarctica snowman. Does anybody know where Antarctica is? Where's Antarctica? Way on the other side of the earth. So that's when you see a snowman on the bottom of the earth. It's upside. See, do you see the laughter? All right, now comes the piece de resistance shot. By the way, when I talk about piece de resistance, you think about art. This is very interesting. Do you realize that a pool table is a palette for an artist? Let's make sure we've got that. I'm going to show you something here that's absolutely amazing. You know, when you play this game of pool, sometimes we get so serious. We don't know how to lighten up a little bit. Sometimes you just want to use it, just roll the ball. Listen, when you get these balls, see, there's, an artist palette, how many colors are on an artist palette? Does anybody have any idea? It's a lot, right? How many colors are there? Does anybody want to guess? 8 colors? Can you tell me the 8 colors? You mean the rainbow colors? Yeah, she's close. You have, what's the name of the rainbow? Yeah, Roy G. Biv, right? You've heard of that? Red. Let me explain it this way. Here, I'll show you. We're going to explain the colors on a pool table. Watch this. Okay, the name of the rainbow is Roy G. Biv. That's why you remember it. Roy is an acronym or an acrostic. R-O-Y. R stands for red. What's O stand for? Orange. What's Y stand for? Yellow. What is G, the middle initial? Green. And what is the last name is Biv. B stands for what? Blue. And then we have indigo as I. That's a tough one. We'll call that indigo. Does that look like indigo? Yes, indigo. And this is the fourth one. V is what? Violet. There you go. You got it. Now, what's really interesting about this is you have these beautiful, so imagine you've got your, here, this is my brush. I'm a pool player. This is a brush. This is the entire palette. And these are the colors on the palette. So what I'm going to do as a pool player, I'm going to take my brush, I'm going to brush the balls around the table, the colors, and I'm going to create beautiful pictures. Isn't that beautiful? It's a different way to look at the game, and all of a sudden we can enjoy the roll. We don't have to be so serious so much all the time. So you roll the balls. So this is an example of the colors of the rainbow. It's fascinating. So keep that in mind, Roy G. Biv, it's colors. And when I play pool, here's what I do. This is amazing what I do. I take a ball, when I hit a ball, I just watch it roll. That's awesome, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Here, then I take a strike, watch this strike. That's awesome. Isn't that beautiful? Yes, look at it, everybody's fixed on it. Now if you take two, watch this, you want to get double fixed, watch this. That's awesome. So what we do is we focus on something that makes us feel better in our heart, and then we can eventually believe in ourselves in a different way. And that's really the key to the whole thing. Once you get your heart believing that things like this can happen, then it goes into the mind, and all of a sudden we can live our life with a little bit more peace. Okay, it's awesome. So let's go now. Now I'm going to go to this shot here that I really, this is a special shot I reserved for I Believe in Me, okay? Fantastic shot. We're going to take a cue stick like this and put it here. This is an awesome, awesome shot. This is called the railroad shot. And it's probably one of my most favorite shots. I have two really favorite shots. This one is probably because I used to compete on TV, and I used to compete with an ESPN, and this was one of the shots that we used in competition. It's a beautiful shot, so let's do it. This is tremendous, and you all know the trains. There's trains traveling around the United States. You got metro trains going into the city and different things. So here's an example. You take a ball like this and you put it over here, and this is this car is the red car, okay, on a train. They painted all the cars on this train. Kind of like the Ringling Brothers Barnum Bailey Circus years ago. They used to paint the cars with different animals and stuff and colors. So here's an example. You roll this down and watch this ball hit this. You see how it kind of got out of the way? Let's do that again. Watch it get out of the way. See that? Right there. That should be fun. Watch it get out of the way. Let's make sure it's out of the way. Perfect. Okay, so here we go. We have a red car. We have a blue car and a yellow car. And right after this shot, you're up. It's going to be awesome. And we're going to take this here. So these are three cars on a train. Does anybody know what this is? This is now going to be a vital part. What makes a train run? What do they run? The engine. This is the engine and the caboose. Now, you don't see cabooses anymore. This is the caboose. And this is what? The engineer. And sometimes the railroad tracks need repair. So I'm going to repair the tracks. This is a railroad tie. It's a little piece of paper. It's a railroad tie. We're going to put the railroad tie up on top of the tracks, and we're going to put these cars on top of the tracks, waiting for the engineer to get the track fixed. So here we go. What a great shot this is. The name of this shot is the Chattanooga Choo-Choo Railroad shot. Well, you're going to film this one. Watch this. This is great. You're going to love this shot. So we're going to do this now. Everybody loves this shot. I've never met anybody in the world that didn't like this shot. It's probably the most famous shot in the world because everybody likes the nostalgic nature of trains. Everybody likes trains. So here we go. So we're going to go like this. This is your train. I'll explain how it works. The engine starts out. The yellow car goes here. The blue car goes to this destination. The engine takes a scenic route around the United States, goes up the Rocky Mountains, goes around the Horseshoe Curve near Altoona, Pennsylvania, where the Horseshoe Curve, goes down the Appalachians. The engineer hears a train coming down the mountainside, and the engineer runs down the tracks, puts the three in the side, and all the balls going behind it. Okay, is everybody ready for some joy? This is a joy shot here. So enjoy this, everybody. And if you hear like a train in the distance with a whistle, you'll know exactly what that is. All right. I have my engineer cap on. Maybe I should make it official. Okay, now I'm officially an engineer, all right? I got it. Enjoy it, everybody. Awesome shot. Now, you know what they call that? They call that a derailment. Sometimes you have derailments where it doesn't get up the tracks right. So what you have to do, if you have a derailment, you get to do it over. I always take at least 32 tries on every shot because I think people want to see how you adjust, right? So are you ready? Now this time it's gonna go in. I did that originally because I want to show what a derailment is, all right? So here we go. Now get ready. It's gonna work. It's going in around there and on down. Enjoy it, everybody. Great shot. Smooth stroke, just like this. Watch it. Choo-choo, choo-choo, woo, woo, choo-choo, choo-choo, woo. Isn't that great? Did you get that? Isn't that a great shot? Now, that's the railroad shot, but sometimes you have even more difficult things on a train. What do they go through in the mountains sometimes? What do they go through? A tunnel. Excellent. Were you on a train one time? Did you ever go through the tunnel on a train? Me too. You love it, don't you? I love the trains going through the tunnels. So I'm going to show you the tunnel version, which will lead into your shot. The tunnel version this is the tunnel. Now, I know it's really hard to see this sometimes when you're watching a video, but I'm just going to bring this closer to this one camera, I think. And I want to see if anybody can see anything inside that bag. Probably nothing in that bag. Now, just for the benefit of there's nothing in it, let me fill it up. Now, do you see the air in the bag this time? There's air in the bag. You see how I filled it up? Yeah, you got to look at the air. And if you go to California, you can see the air. Yeah. So here we go. You ready for this? That was a bad joke. So here we go. So we're going to do this now. This is the tunnel. This is a tunnel. So watch the tunnel. I love this trick. Just love this trick. It's one of the prettiest tricks there is. So we shoot it. Watch the cue ball go in and out of the tunnel. You're up next now. Here we go. I got it. Watch it. Choo-choo, choo-choo. There it is. Did you see it go in and out of the tunnel? All right, now we're ready to go. We have a special guest performer right now that's going to do an awesome shot. Come right on in here because you're going to do a shot, and it's going to be awesome. Now, I understand that you play a little bit of pool.
When I was younger.
Perfect, yes. Well, you're still young, okay? Okay, I'm 73, so I'm a little bit past young age, but I'm young in my heart. That's all that matters. And what is your first name?
Aaron.
That's correct, Aaron. That's very good, thank you. People want to know how I know people's names. Did you notice how I figured out her name? So we're going to do this, Aaron. You're going to do a shot that has never been done on this trip. It has never been. This is a special trick. And just so you know, nobody has ever missed this shot, okay, in the entire world. I want you to feel comfortable with the shot, okay? So I want you to believe in yourself. It's going to be awesome. You're going to make 3 balls on one shot, and it's just tremendous. So we're going to get the right. We're going to use a 9-ball, an 8-ball, 3 balls. Remember I talked about 9-ball before? You got to shoot the 7 in, the 8 in, the 9 in. So we're going to put the 7 over here. We're going to put the 8 and the 9 here. And the cue ball here. And it just so happens that there's a lot of air currents today. So we're going to raise it. Air is pulling these balls up in the air like this. This is going to be very easy for you. You don't have to worry about a thing. We're going to put this up here like this. I love this trick. And as I said, nobody's ever missed this shot ever because it's guaranteed to go in. So here we go. Now.
No one ever missed the shot.
No, listen. Listen.
Ever.
Now listen. You would be concerned if I said nobody's ever made it. Then you would be concerned. But if nobody's ever missed it, why would you be even nervous? You can believe in yourself. Repeat after me. I believe in me.
I believe in me.
I believe in me.
I believe in
I believe in me. See, that's all you need to do. It's over. We don't even have to shoot it because you've already seen it happen. Okay, now come here. Now, what we're going to do first, we need to test your ability to hit a cue ball with a certain speed. So I want to make sure we get the right speed. So if you'll come down here, take this cue stick. Are you right or left-handed?
Right-handed.
Good, because this is a right-handed shot. What I want you to do is, I want you to aim. We're not going to worry about it right now. We're going to have you do something before you shoot it. I want you to aim the cue ball into that cushion over there. Hit the red dot, and I want you to hit it at medium speed. I want to see what medium is in your brain.
Okay.
Go ahead. And I'll tell you how to adjust if you have to, okay? Just hit it right in the center and hit it. Oh, that was perfect speed. That's what you want. How did you know that?
My dad taught me.
Oh, her dad taught her. Okay, I knew that was coming. So now, here's what we're going to do. You're going to line up straight underneath those two balls. In other words, you're going to aim right here. And you're going to hit the red dot. Now, get down in position for the shot. Lay the cue on here and put 2 fingers over top of it. Okay, now I'll tell you what, take your thumb out.
Oh, I've never shot with.
No, I'm going to help for this shit. You're going to make it.
Okay.
Put 2 fingers like this, not the thumb. There you go. Now, what I want you to do is, just so you know, before you shoot, I don't want this to go back and forth.
Okay.
So keep your fingers against it. Now, are you lined up dead on that coin wrapper? Yeah. Now, remember the speed you just shot at? When you're ready, I want you to shoot at the same speed and then get out of the way, okay? Hit it. Oh, look at this! Look at this! Look at this! Did you see this?
Thank you.
That was awesome. And you were good. Nobody's ever missed. Nobody's ever missed it yet. Good job. That was awesome. I love that shot. Did you see that beautiful shot? Did you get that on the film? You got all that? Okay. All right. All righty. Now, we're not quite done yet. We got just a couple more shots before we kind of wind down. I want to show that it's a very special shot. Excellent. So, I want to show you 2 things. One in particular is this. In my life, I've had a lot of struggles like everybody has. There's a lot of struggles. So I discovered and I used to eat a lot of hard-boiled eggs. Did you ever eat a hard-boiled egg? This is hard. See this egg here? Let's look at this egg. This egg, hard-boiled, really hard-boiled. It's like a pull-up, but it's in the shape of an egg. So this is called a bobble ball. So the bobble ball is a special ball that tells you about a life lesson. So you have an egg like that. It's solid, just like a cue ball, and it's called a bobble ball. So what we're going to do is we're going to shoot this shot with the bobble ball, and we'll put an 8 ball up here. Now there's a message. There's a message in this shot that applies to everybody in life. Everybody here today, everybody that comes into this building. The message is very, very simple. When we don't feel like moving on, we must rise up and move forward and believe in me. Believe in yourself. And when you do that, you're able to rise up every day and keep going. And that's the critical part. We learn to believe that we can rise up. Once you get up, if you never get up, you're never going to believe in much of anything. You're just going to stay down. But when you rise up, so I want you to watch. This is you. I want you to imagine this is you right here, this bobble ball. And you're going to go and you're going to hit this 8. And by the way, that 8's an obstacle in life. It keeps you from rising up. But in this case, you drive the obstacle out of your life. And you rise up and you pursue and you persevere and you go on believing in yourself. So here it is. Watch this now. This is awesome. Watch the bobble ball rise up. Now that's called when you stub your toe. Have you ever, you tried to rise up and all of a sudden you hit your toe against the wall? And you say, oh, where'd that come from? Because sometimes people don't want you to rise up. So that's an example of something that can get in your way yet, your toe, and when you stub your toe. So I'm going to do it again. You never want to give up. You want to keep persevering, okay? So now, I don't know how many of you know this, but years ago there was a show called Trick Shot Magic on TV. It was a pool show where they did trick shots. And during this competition, you got 2 attempts on every shot. 2 attempts. Why would they give you 2 attempts? You miss it, you should miss it, right? No. Huh? Hello, did you hear everybody gets a second chance. And ESPN gave you 2 chances because sometimes the shots were just really difficult. Now, I also played in the World Championships, which was different. And you know how many tries we got there? 3. Now, right now, what town are we in officially? We are officially in Frederick, okay? And I believe in me. And here at this facility, you get 12, which is awesome. So I can shoot this 12 times so that I'm equipped to believe in me. Sometimes you got to do it over and over again. You got to do it until you believe in yourself. You can't just do it. If you're not used to believing in yourself, all of a sudden in 2 tries, it may not work. You got to keep moving forward and persevering. So let's do it now and see if we can do it now, okay? So I'm moving forward. I believe I can do this. I believe I can do this. So here it is. Let's see what happens. Watch. I believe I can do it. Oh, I did it. Look at it. Look at it. I rose up. That's you believing in yourself. But then you get tired. You have to take a nap. Did you see yourself take a nap after that? You know, my dad used to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning so he wouldn't miss his nap at 6. Isn't that great? So remember, that's you lying down and rise up. For everybody watching this, even when you don't feel like rising up in the morning, rise up. Take on the day, believe in yourself, and watch what happens in your life. It'll be something you can't imagine what's going to happen. It's going to be awesome. Now, I want to do a kind of a final shot over here called the Starburst. It's a beautiful shot that is designed for the beauty. This is a beauty shot. This is using all 15 balls, shooting them in 3 different pockets. And I've already got it pretty much preset, so it ought to be really close to going in. So I don't want to take a lot of time to show you how to set it up, but I do want you to see the shot. Thank you, Wayne. So I want to go ahead and show you this shot in a very unique way. Thank you. So we're going to put the 1 and the 2 and the 3. And then we're going to put the 4 and the 5 and the 6 and then the 7 and the 8 and the 9. And of course you have the 10. It's just like doing your number counting. You have the 10 and the 11 and the 12. And you have, of course, the last 3, which is the 13 and the 14 and the 15. There you go. Now, it's really a cool shot. It looks like almost like a bird with wings flying. Everyone, they're going to fly away, these birds, okay, or butterflies, even they look like a butterfly. So these 5 balls are going to go there, and these 5 balls are going to go there, and these 5 balls are going to go there. Now, you can't just shoot it at one time and make all the balls. You have to shoot it in what's called an air bridge. An air bridge is where you take your cue and you don't hold it like this. You bring it up in the air and you go and you hold it like this in the air, which is a little bit more difficult. So let's just verify these are lined up right. Okay, I think I've got them lined up right. That'll work. That should go in. That should go in. That should go in. And then see how I check that? You just go down and say, I think that'll go in, see? Then you go over here and you look at this one. Yep, that should go in. That looks pretty good. Yep, that'll work. That'll work. Hello, okay. Are we ready? And just so you know how easy this is, the whole shot pretty much looks like this. That's pretty much the whole shot. Isn't that cool? Yeah, that's how simple it is. So get ready now. This is the Starburst. I call it the Starburst because it gives an impression of your life bursting open with new belief in yourself. And when you can do that, you can amazing what now you believe you can do anything in life. We have to believe in ourselves to do that. You know that. Okay, I'm speaking to the choir because that's the facility. I believe in me. So here we go, everybody. Enjoy this. If there's anything, questions, I'll be glad to take questions. But if not, I'm glad you were here. We enjoyed this moment. And just a wonderful, when you get a chance, play pool. Enjoy the moment. It's therapy. If you can ever find a pool table, treat it with respect. This game is a beautiful game, but it has to be treated in that way, okay? Because it can be sometimes negative. We have to say, oh, this is beautiful. Beautiful colors of the rainbow. And by the way, you know that birds chirp on a pool table? Did you know that? Listen to the birds chirp. Hear the chirping birds in here? This is a sparrow. This is a crow. You have sparrows and crows and every other bird there is, okay? So here we go now. Enjoy it, everyone. Thank you so much for coming today and for being here. And for everybody watching this, learn to believe in yourself. Enjoy it. To the community at large, just rise up every day and take on your assigned duties, okay? So here we go. Enjoy the Starburst. Beautiful shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now watch the balls. Watch the balls now. You just see the 3 and the 4 where they landed. This is very interesting. I used to land them like this. This is more difficult to land them like this. So what you do is you put one ball here, you put another ball here, and watch what happens. You don't even need a cue stick to play this game. Watch. You don't need a cue stick. Now, remember we talked, what was ESPN? How many tries? ESPN was 2 tries. World Championship was how many? I Believe in Me, how many? Thank you. I'll tell you what, I'm starting to believe more in me now. I'll take 11, okay? Eventually I'll get down to 1, all right? So we're gonna do that shot again because we can, listen, you can make every shot look like it's going in first time by what they call editing. It's awesome. Once you edit, you can do anything and make them look like it. So when I shoot it this time, they're gonna disappear. It'll be, what is it? They're all gonna go. Yeah, would you like to get a better view of this and come over this? Are you okay? They're all going to go. I'm not kidding. Do you remember that shot that I shot? You said you didn't think it was going in, and how it went in the second time when I used it. So it's the same thing. You believe in yourself. Don't you believe in yourself? Okay, then watch this now. I believe this is going to go in. You have to believe in it. So here we go. Now this will take no time to set up. Watch how easy. Put a ball there. I'm just going to set them up real quick. They're going to fall right into position. No problem. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, going to be very fast counting. 4, 5, 6, no problem. 7, 8, 9, it's awesome, just like this. This shot I fell in love with back probably 30 years ago. I started to do this shot, and I realized it's probably one of the most beautiful shots you can do in a game of pool. So here we go. This time it will be just like you're watching it for the first time. It's amazing. It'll be just like you're watching it for the first time. So here we go. Do you feel like you're watching it for the first time? You feel that? Sure. See there? So it's like I've never shot it yet. So here we go. Okay. I'll make sure everything's lined up. That's there. That's there, that's there, that's there, and that's there. That should work. That should work. Right there. Got to adjust that just a little bit. I had to adjust that. You see there? Sometimes you got to adjust in life. You got to make a few adjustments. Right there. That'll work. That'll work. That'll work. Okay, that's it. Let's do it. This time it's guaranteed. You ready? I got it. I can feel it. So here we go, everybody, the famous starburst. Enjoy, everybody, the starburst. Focus. You have to focus on the things you do in life. Focus on 5 points, just like this. Individually, each point. So here we go. You want to count with me on this? You can count it out. Okay, here we go. It's my hit and beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom! What a shot! That's the starburst. So never stop believing in yourself. And if you're in the process of learning to believe in yourself, persevere and keep learning the information it takes to do that, okay? So thank you so much for having me today here at I Believe in Me. It's been a joy, okay? Enjoy the game always. Well, what a joy to be able to present to the Family Service Foundation. Now, the other day, we really couldn't make it in there. I think there were some issues. I want to share something with you. We're coming to you anyway via this remote little video, and we want you to just enjoy, relax what you see. This is the pool table. This is kind of what we use. We use the pool table to share some very unique little things with you in your life journey. So I'm going to just illustrate a couple things there for you. This is called a cue ball, and when you have 2 balls like this on the table, one of the things I do with the balls on the table is I hit the balls, and sometimes they disappear, and sometimes they don't disappear. In this case, you don't even need to use a cue stick. We use a cue ball, and all you do is if you can throw a softball, or you can just move the ball like shuffleboard, you just go like this and watch these 2 balls. You see the 2 balls disappear. So this is a concept of playing pool with your hand. You don't really have to be a great player to enjoy this game. Another thing you can do is you can take these simple 2 little shots, these 2 balls, and you can actually expand it to where now instead of just making 2 balls, you're making 4 balls. So in this case, we have the 3 ball and the 1 ball going there, and we have the 5 ball going here and a 6 ball going here. It's an awesome shot. And I might just as well add a ball to it. Let's add 1 ball to it. Everybody knows the game of 8 ball. That's a pretty popular game in pool. So we're going to put this ball right here. Right there. And we're going to make that ball too. Now that ball is going to go in the side pocket. So this is a pretty tough shot, okay? So all of these 4 balls, and this ball is going to go in the side pocket. That's critical. So watch very closely now. Great shot, just like this. This goes in the side pocket. Did you get that? That's very important. Now, some people don't think that went in the side pocket. So there's my pants, side pocket, in the side pocket, okay? So anybody can make a trick shot, just put it in your side pocket, okay? Well, I've got more shots for you. Let's go back to the table. All right. We're gonna show you now a shot, one of my favorite trick shots. Now, when I was growing up as a kid, I did a few of these, what they call trick shots, but in the 1970s, I met a guy named Steve Miserak, and he was a great player, and he did a shot that I fell in love with. This is where you have the balls like this by the side. It's awesome. All right, and this ball's here. And this ball's here. And this ball's over here. All right, so let's make a minor adjustment right there. All right. This is one of my absolute favorite shots. This yellow ball, the 1 ball, goes over there in that pocket. That's called a side pocket over there. The 2 ball, the blue ball, and the red ball, the 3 ball, go here. The 7 ball goes down in this corner pocket. And the 8 ball goes over in that corner pocket. And the cue ball goes around the table and makes this ball over here in the corner. This is called the just showing off shot. Even though I'm not showing off, I'm showing you a shot that you can enjoy no matter when you see it. Anybody making it, it's a great shot. So just enjoy this, okay? Here we go. Enjoy the shot. Boom. Isn't that a great shot? Tremendous shot. So I wanted to show you this shot, and this is a shot. We're coming to you on this remote video right now. We want you to be able to see a shot like this, along with these other shots, so that you can have the joy that we show when we go live somewhere. So this is a beautiful thing, and there's thousands of shots, but these are special shots I reserved just for you. All right, let's do a couple of other ones. I had a player, a friend of mine one time, that was really playing a lot of pool, and they had a shot like this, where they had the balls along the rail. And they asked me to make all these balls in this side pocket. And you had to do it pretty fast. So I tried this shot. This is called a waterfall shot. There's a lot of waterfall shots that you can put up so many balls. I'm going to try to make all these balls in the side pocket. The waterfall shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's called a waterfall shot. There's another waterfall shot that is a little bit, it doesn't just stay on this level. It goes here and it also goes up on this level. This is called the elevated waterfall shot. Tremendous shot. So we're going to do this one for you. And again, these are special shots just for you. So thank you for watching this. And I'm sorry we missed you, but this is maybe the next time we come through, maybe we can do that. But for right now, at least you can have a little bit of the joy that we share with people and that you can enjoy yourself. So this shot now is pretty unique. We have this right here. 7 balls here. We have 7 balls here. And we have the 8 ball here. And what I'm going to do on this shot, I'm going to make all 15 balls. All 15 balls. These balls are going to go off the table in the air, go across these balls into that pocket, each ball separately, without hitting these. These balls are all going to go in like I shot before, and that ball is going to go in this pocket at the end. So this is a beautiful shot called the waterfall shot, a jump waterfall version. So here we go. Enjoy it, everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, now you know what that means? That means you get a second chance, because sometimes you have to adjust in life. Sometimes I make what looks like an error, but what I'm doing here is it's good that happened, because now I can show you how to adjust. I'll explain how to adjust on that. You have to adjust in life sometimes. So here's an example of how to adjust in this shot. The 2 ball was right here when I missed it. Remember when the 2 didn't go in? So what I did is, you just put the 2 down here in the end, and now it works. Just move the 2 like that, okay? Got it? It's a little bit of an adjustment, so enjoy it now. This is called second attempt, okay? Second attempt. I got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's that shot. Nice little shot. So that's a special shot for you. But you know, I got to tell you, it's okay to do shots for everybody. But I have a shot special for each one of you today. And my good friend Wayne brought me here that he gave me a list of names, okay? And these are the individuals that are watching this, I think. Everybody will be watching this eventually, from the Family Service Foundation. And I'm going to do a shot for everybody on this list. I'll give you the name, and then I'm going to do the shot, and then we're going to make up a shot for you somewhere on the table. So I'm going to go through the list. So forgive me for reading these, because I don't have memorized. But my name's Dr. Q, just to introduce myself so you know who I am. And now I'm going to have each of you be introduced with a trick shot, and I'm going to do it for you. So this particular demonstration is very, very unique. Very unique. So we're going to try this. Now, this is one of the most difficult things to do on a pool table. But I'm going to try to do it for you, because I want to give a special gift, not just with all the shots. I want to give a special gift to each person individually as I name each person. So here we go. All right, so we got the 5, 6, 7, 8. And we have the 9, 10, 11, 12. And everybody on this list is really a special person. The number's not, just because you're number 1 doesn't mean that everybody isn't number 1. Everybody in this demonstration is number 1. It just happens to have a different number so we can identify it with the name here. That's it. So we got it. So I got it. So here's the shot. Okay, let's see here who's first on the list. All right, first on the list, and these will be pretty quick. We'll go through them. Tell you what I'll do. I'm going to put this right here so I can just look at the list and call, and I don't have to keep looking back. I can just go and look at it. So our first person is Andrea, A-N-D-R-E-A, Andrea. So I'm going to shoot the 1 ball. I'm going to put it in this pocket, okay? This is the 1 ball, just like this. Did you notice? That's for you, Andrea. That was a trick shot. I put it over there instead of here. Sometimes I say one thing and I do something else. The next person on the list is Christy. So, by the way, Andrea, because of that shot, there's no shot like that you're going to see again. That was special just for you, okay? The next shot is the 2 ball for Christy, okay? Christy goes there. Next is Renee. Renee goes there. Next is Ethan. Ethan goes there. Next is Jason. There's 2 Jasons. Jason Loader. Jason Loader goes there. Next is Neil. Neil goes there. Next is Louise. Louise, that's my wife's middle name. Next is Lacey. Lacey goes there, okay? Next is LaCoy, I believe it's L-A-C-O-Y, LaCoy. LaCoy goes there, goes over there, comes here, hits there, goes there, comes over and stops right next to your name. LaCoy, your name, look at where the ball stopped, right next to your name. That's a special shot just for you. I'm also going to show you where I put it in the side pocket. You get to go in the side pocket, okay? Let's go back to the next person. The next person on the list is David Broggan. There's 2 Davids, okay? So David Broggan, okay? David goes there. David Bolin goes here. Next is Jake. Jake goes here. And next is Chase. Chase, you're going to go there. And next is Peter. Oh no, I did Chase twice. Chase, you got 2 shots. Some people don't get 2 shots, okay? So let's bring that back up and let's go to Peter, okay? Peter is here, just like this. There's Peter, and there's Patrick, just right there. There's Patrick, and there's Jason Madison, like there. And the final shot, which is absolutely unbelievable, goes into the right side pocket, okay? So here we go. This is JR. This is for you, JR. Let me get close to JR so you can see this. JR, this is a special shot where this ball goes into the right side pocket, okay? Keep an eye on it now. Side pocket. Do you see it go in the pocket for you there, JR? So that's a special shot for each one of you. Now, I want to finish this up by doing one final shot called a Starburst. It's a beautiful shot for the entire Family Service Foundation. And each of you individually can remember your shot I did for you. And now we're going to be doing the final shot, which is called a Starburst, which is kind of a general shot that kind of brings all this together. So here we go with the Starburst. I saw this shot about 40 years ago, fell in love with it. Tremendous shot. And it's designed to be complicated. It's a complicated shot, but it's a joyful shot. It looks so much like a complicated setup, but the vision of what happens when you make it is phenomenal. This is something you'll never forget. So thank you so much for taking the time to view this, okay? I'm going to view that, okay? So let's see here. I got that. And am I missing a ball? I'm not missing the ball. Let me see what happened. Yeah. 7. I'm checking the table a second. Oh, came out. Okay, here we go. So we'll finish setting it up. This is the community shot for everybody that's there. This is awesome. So we got the 7. We got the 8. So now what's happened is you're all together. Individually, but now you're coming together with this shot. Tremendous shot. 10, 11, and 12. And the 13, and the 14, and the 15. Beautiful. All right, so let's check it out. Make sure we got that set up right now, because this has got to be hit perfect. This is a very, very unique shot, and it's a whole group together. Everybody's together on this. There's that. That looks good. That looks good. And that looks good. And that looks good. Okay. Now, on that list, there were 16 people. There are 15 balls on the table. This is the 16th person, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and just shoot this for the 16th, because for 16th person had to go get something to eat, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and get them to eat first. So here it is. Here's the 16th person. Boom. And here are the other 15, all moving together as a team over there at the Family Service Foundation. So enjoy your time with whatever you're doing every day. Rise up on what you're doing. Be encouraged. Have the joy in your heart. And look at it, and don't forget to laugh. Just get up in the morning, take a deep breath, and just laugh and enjoy things, okay? Even though some things are tough, it doesn't hurt. Laughter is a healing medicine. So remember that and enjoy your life, okay? So thank you for allowing us to share this with you. Very, very appreciative of that. Thank you so much. So here it is. All the balls, 5, 5, and 5. Just like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom! Family Service Foundation, thank you for having me, okay? Bye-bye, we'll see you.
I'm Wayne Scritchfield, and I want to thank Tom Rossman for coming in, Dr. Q. It's unfortunate that the houses were shut down and we couldn't do this at my office. But I want to thank the staff, I want to thank the coordinators and everybody involved with Family Service Foundation and what they do for us. Thank you.
Thank you.
If you enjoy local content like this, please like, comment, and share this video. If you own a local business, please join us.